Hello there. This is the Shawn1113 podcast show. I am your host, Shawn1113. Thank you for listening to this podcast, wherever you go, wherever platform you may be listening to, anywhere and everywhere in the world. And if you like this content, please contact me at Shawn47k at gmail.com. That's Shawn47k at gmail.com, or send me a voice message. And with that, I'm blown away that this is my third year doing this podcast. Um, and I want to thank everybody. I want to thank my listening audience, whether you like the content or not. Thank you. Anywhere in the world, right here in the U.S., any far as Washington State, and also anywhere in the world as far as Singapore. But I do want to thank each and every one of you for listening to this podcast for the third year in a row. And while entering my fourth year of podcasting the Shawn1113 podcast show, it's been my honor and my pleasure. And I never thought I would do that, and I'm blown away. I really am. How far has it gone? So going to my fourth year, I can't wait for that. And with that, there is a lot of sports coming from. So let's get started. First of all, before I even do that, I want to say happy Memorial Day to each and every one of you, and especially the men and women in the United States Armed Forces. Those who have sacrificed, thank you so much. It's more than we will ever know or ever comprehend. And I want to get that out of the way as of this recording, because I'll be doing something else on Memorial Day, but I just want to get that out of the way as well. Then it's going to be probably June, maybe the next time, or next one's going to be my fourth year. So, but I do want incredible gratitude to the men and women of the United States Army, Armed Forces, wherever branch it may be, and for the sacrifices. Thank you so much for that. Now get on to the sports. There is so much. I mean, so much this weekend. NBA. I mean, let's go to the Western Conference first. The Denver Nuggets are not a joke. I mean, who would have thought the Denver Nuggets would be this good? We pretty much knew they were good. We didn't know they were this good. And they're going to be regardless of what happens in the East, they're going to be the prohibitive favorites to win the NBA title. And right now it's Denver, unless something else crazy happens. Plus the Eastern Conference Final, the Miami Heat. Wow. I mean, I did not expect this 8 seed to be the way it is. So I'm blown away by that. They're just all cylinders right now. And they're without Oladipo or Tyler Hero. And Tyler Hero might come back for the NBA Finals. I'm actually surprised that Boston can't get the job. Is something's not right with the Boston Celtics? I don't know if Boston. Hey, Celtics, can you tell me? Can you figure this out? Because the perimeter defense and the first two games in Boston, they couldn't close it out. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm very happy with the Miami Heat. Also, the Stanley Cup playoffs right now. Florida, I said that they're for real, and they are. Even though I picked Carolina, I'm still going to. Carolina, let's see what happens there. Vegas has won 2 overtime games as well. The Golden Knights. Florida, Vegas, as of this podcast, who knows? That could be an interesting final. Carolina and Dallas, who knows? But right now, it's anybody's guess. But Vegas and Florida look quite good right now in the NFC Stanley Cup final. Who knows what happens in the next time I do this podcast on either NBA and NHL. Now, Manchester City winning the Premier League for the third year in a row. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I feel really good and really happy about that right now. I don't know what happened to Arsenal. They just basically choked down the stretch a against a team like Nottingham Forest. Of course, Nottingham Forest deserved to be in the, to be regular to be, stay in the Premier League, but Arsenal basically choked, and if you're an Arsenal fan, you gotta be very disappointed in the way they finish. But Man City does it again. But what my team wants, Man City, to win now it's time to win the UEFA Champions Cup in this league. That's the one Man City fans are really looking forward to win. We'll see what happens in June with that. PGA Championship. Congratulations to Brooks Koepka to win his third PGA Championship. He's come all the way back from injuries, being in live golf, and you know, all the way back to win that PGA Championship. Will it be a boost for live golf? I don't know, but congratulations to Brooks Koepka to winning his third PGA Championship. Major League Baseball continues to go on with some surprises here and there. And like I said, I'm trying to figure out who's the best team in the NMLB right now. It's supposed to be Tampa Bay at the moment, but I just, as of this recording, who knows? I mean, right now I'm looking at it. The Twins are leading by 5. Now, I mean, let me take a look for a moment. The Rays still have the best record, and then the Rangers and the Astros coming back. So in the American League, now in the National League, best record right now is the Atlanta Braves or the Dodgers. The big surprise is actually the Arizona Diamondbacks, actually, and the Pittsburgh Pirates as well. Um, the Brewers leading Central, in the East, the Braves and the Dodgers. And like I said, the big surprise, probably even a bigger surprise, is what's happened to the San Diego Padres with all their acquisitions. They're 21 and 26. That's a bigger surprise, in my opinion. And then the Cardinals, who were always up in front in the National League, is struggling a bit. And then in the American League, the bigger surprise is the Orioles. Wow, I did not expect the Orioles to. But we've seen signs of last year of Baltimore, but boy, they're keeping pace with Tampa Bay at the moment. We'll see what happens there in the Major League Baseball as time goes on. It's a long way to go with that. And then finally, the boxing match that has gotten controversy. Um, Devon Haley and Lomachenko. There is a lot of opinions about that fight. I've seen a lot of that fight. I gotta tell you, I do not agree with the decision. In my opinion, it should have never been actually a unanimous decision. I don't know decision. I think in the very least that should have been a split decision. In that, if you thought Haney would have won that fight, it would have been a split decision, not a unanimous decision. Or more likely, in my opinion, I'm leaning towards this, a draw. I think that should have been a draw. I think there will be a rematch between those two, between Haney and Lomo, or Shakira Stevenson versus Haney, with the winner facing Lomachenko. I think that's the likely scenario. Those two likely scenarios, in my opinion, on that. Like I said, I don't claim to know about boxing, but that's my opinions on that. So that is it for the Shawn1113 podcast show from May 22nd, 2023. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. And if you love this content or hate this content, at Shawn47k.com, Shawn47k at gmail.com, that is. If you want to contact me, or voicemail messages on Spotify for podcasts. And with that, thank you for listening. And please always stay encouraged no matter what.